Hey guys, my name is Robert. I recently wanted to start a newsletter, just somewhere I could post out more frequent updates about whatever is going on with personal projects, whenever I find something inspiring or if I have any ideas that I think are worth sharing. I just needed something more simple and more personal than social media, and I discovered Substack. And no, this is not an advertising. I just wanted to tell you about this platform, which is kind of a newsletter but also a blog, and is very quickly becoming a favorite of mine. You can find me there with a link in the description, and I will try my best to share at least once every week. A lot of things have been going on recently. One of them is a newsletter, which actually motivated me to also change the name of this channel to A Fading Thought, just to have some sort of a brand for all the content that I put out online. Another big thing that just happened, and I wanted to tell you, is that I just released a class on journaling. My personal journaling system has evolved so much this past year. I am journaling on digital, aside from physical notebooks, and day one has been incredible, not only because of all its features, but also because it offers a lot of flexibility with shortcuts. I have made a guide on how to create some very useful shortcuts in this app, and you can download it for free in my Substack without signing up for anything and even without taking the class. I'll be giving you a link for that in the description. I just wish that I had something like this when I was just getting started. Now, let me use this as a segue to tell you more about this method that I've come up for journaling. In the middle of 2021, I accidentally discovered building a second brain, and it changed my life. I have talked about it before in this channel. It's a system that completely revolutionized my approach to consuming content online and offline. It helped me organize information on areas that matter to me, but even more, it gave me a purpose, motivation, and so much passion on trying to find ways to make the best out of personal knowledge. It sent me in this self-growth sprint where I tried to learn everything that I could about habit formation, productivity, and anything related to creativity, inspiration, and developing ideas. Somewhere along the way, I also learned about some other very useful systems like getting things done or Zettelkasten, which has to do with note-taking. There's a lot of things that came as a result of this awakening that I had in 2021. Well, one of the most important was this hunger to dive deep into all of the areas of interest and things of personal value. I realized that note-taking and linking thoughts in my personal knowledge management system was great and all, but another incredible tool for me to intentionally and consistently reflect in a personal way about things that matter to me was through journaling. I have a long history in journaling, and I will not get into the details here, but I must mention that even though I loved doing it for a very long time, I put it aside for about a decade. There's only a handful of entries that I wrote between 2012 and 2021. It was one of those things that I knew I wanted to come back to, and I knew that it was important, but I kept putting it for later and later. Entered 2021, and I was all in self-development, growing, learning, organizing my life, daily routines. I figured out that it was the best time for me to pick up journaling again, and I started with day one on my phone. I just wanted a simple and frictionless way to do this, something that would help me build up the habit again. To be honest, I didn't know where this would lead, but soon after, I was totally hooked, and I even started writing in my physical journal again. This whole perspective shift that I went through in 2021 allowed me to figure out a journaling system that worked for me. I already had building a second brain to help me deal with knowledge. I had getting things done for tasks and productivity. But journaling came in to fill this need for personal reflection that I'm telling you about. I know that there's a huge amount of benefits that come from journaling, but I didn't want to do it for anything, if you know what I mean. I just needed something where I would enjoy the process without caring about the results. A space to explore the whole idea of mindfulness and being present, something to help me raise my self-awareness and embrace everything that I find personally meaningful. Well, if this sounds interesting or if you are looking for something like this, then I'm glad to share with you that I created something called the Reflection and Expression Framework, which is just a nerdy way of calling a journaling method which encapsulates these ideas of mindfulness that I'm sharing with you. For several months, I've been organizing my thoughts and trying to systematically illustrate how I come up with ideas, what I journal about, and how I do it. I borrowed a lot of inspiration from these other systems that I was telling you about, and I also incorporate note taking as spaced out reflection or intermediate packets. I have just published a class explaining all of this both on Skillshare and Udemy. Be sure to check them out. Again, you will find the links in the description. Even if you're not interested in the class, I cannot tell you enough how important it is to have a tool that motivates you to reflect on a consistent basis. It truly has made a huge difference in so many personal levels. If you would like to hear more about journaling or anything, really, just let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. And I'm also happy whenever I know that I'm sharing something that is valuable to others. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.